Hello everyone. We're going to look at a couple of garden bed designs. These are both obtainable from Bunnings or Aldi or pretty much any major garden place, whatever, I'm sure. This is a simple frame. It's 30 centimetres high, metre by about 90, and we filled it with some decent soil, and it seemed to be pretty productive, even though we haven't obviously watered for a day or two. This other one is an upright one. It has the advantages that basically it's portable until you fill it. Once it's full, I would suggest that most of us can't move it. It's better for a few of us who are a bit older, easier to work with, and we can get it set up somewhere and then move it if we have to. But I think basically once you've settled, you settle, and you don't have to bend over, so it's not too bad an approach. Okay, we'll have a look next at how to actually build them. Okay, now we're going to have a look at the vintage planter and stand. As you can see, it looks pretty good. It's solid. The legs are very solid. The box will hold a lot of soil. The only thing is I would suggest is it's quite heavy if it's full, so build, construct, check, move, then fill. Now, this is what you get when you buy it. This one's from Aldi, I think. It's a box. It's about 6 inches deep. There are two side frames, a tray, and a flat bed tray, and the various legs and stuff like that, which all fit inside the box. Now, these are the instructions which come with it, although you hardly need them, but the main thing is there are a whole pile of bolts and nuts and that, which you do need. I would suggest that you actually put it on the ground, piece of paper underneath it, so you can actually, you don't lose any of this. Notice these corner pieces have actually got a little bit of a burr on them there, which fits into the tunnel here. So once it's tightened up, it will be locked in. So you build the outside part first, then you build the other end frame, attach the other end frame to the tray, push the tray in first, and then start building the other parts. Now, it has a very strong handle there, but I wouldn't suggest lifting it because it will bend. It's not that hard to do. So just build it carefully.
Hi all, this is the base of the one from Aldi. It's a pretty simple 4-leg framework. The top and bottom sit on quite easily, and they just screw in with a standard Phillips head screwdriver. It's not particularly complex, same at top and bottom. The only thing is to work out what goes inside, what goes outside, that sort of obvious things. The other suggestion is to do it in your driveway on top of a piece of paper, because once you drop the stupid screws, they're really hard to find and they disappear amongst the grass really well. Now, it takes about 10 or 15 minutes to do. It's called a rustic or an antique look. Basically it looks rusty, but it's pretty solid, and when it drops down, it will then serve as the base for the tray part. And there's our cat. The tray part is the same approach, and I'll just show you how that works. Here's one that I prepared before. Well, actually we did it about a week ago. There are 4 sides, 2 long, 2 short, and 4 corners. They've got wires in the corner bit so they actually link in, so that even though that's disconnected, you can't actually pull it out. They're quite secure. There are 3 holes in the bottom with rubber. I would suggest taking the stoppers out, because otherwise it'll just become basically full of water eventually, and that's not good for the plants or anything else. Now, the screws are as before, just a simple Phillips head screw, goes straight in without any problems. For whatever reason, I liked it better with the smooth screw on the outside, but unfortunately I found that if you put the outside ones in, then the bottom one won't fit in to the tray, so I made the other bottom one the other way around. But then it all seemed to work, and it's not too heavy. And it just drops in quite happily. The whole thing's reasonably transportable. Now I'll go and put back those screws.
Now we're going to have a quick look at the garden bed. This is the advertising material put right online. It's reasonably accurate, and it does produce what it shows there. Notice very carefully the ripples in the frame. Make sure you get the same setup on each side, otherwise you'll end up with the ripples on the inside rather than on the outside, and you won't be able to actually build it. I found this out by trying that unintentionally. Okay, we'll start with the video.
Okay, here's the other garden bed we got from Aldi or Bunnings. It's basically quite successful. It's a very simple screw-in thing again, as usual. The only thing to do is to make sure you remember what goes inside, what goes outside. Otherwise you'll end up with one lot inside, one lot outside, and it doesn't work. All we did was we filled it with pretty easy cheap potting mix at the bottom, and then we put in some good soil on the top, and it's been pretty successful actually. They're smaller than you think, but they actually can contain a fair bit of food if you put good soil in them and if you fertilise them from time to time. The only difference with these ones is they're not movable because it's just simply outside frame, there's no base to it. Okay, thanks.